Hello and welcome to Grapple Games TV. This is Josh Fozzard, and tonight our Friday Night Magic match is between Josh Nelson and Andrew Hanks. Josh is playing a green-white Constellation deck, and Andrew is playing a Junk Midrange deck, green-white-black. So I think Andrew is on the play here for the first match. And he leads off with a Temple of Silence, black-white Scryland. Alright, Josh draws and leads off with a Temple Garden, comes in tapped. Passes turn. Another Temple of Silence for Andrew. And it looks like he leaves it on top, and then casts a Thoughtseize. -2 life. And Josh shows his hand. He's got a Mana Bloom, a Johnny's Presence, Elspeth, Course of Krufix, and Eidolon of Blossoms.
Should be game, huh? Yeah. Wall of an inch. I'll shock you. 18. Alright.
So Andrew chooses the Courser of Krufix, which is a very good card. Play with the top card of your library revealed, and if it's a land you can play it and gain life when you play your land. So Josh casts Mana Bloom for 1 for X equals 1, so he has a 1 counter on it, which you can remove to create mana of any color. Andrew shocks in a Godless Shrine, taps out for an Underworld Connections for some card draw at the expense of life. Alright, looks like Josh drew an Archangel of Thune there. Plays down his Mutavault. He now has 4 mana to work with the Mana Bloom. So he takes the counter off, creates some mana, and see what he's going to cast. It's going to be the Eidolon of Blossoms, possibly. Alright, so Eidolon of Blossom has a Constellation trigger. Whenever it enters or another enchantment, you get to draw a card. That combos very nicely with the Mana Bloom, which you could cast for X equals 0, so for 1 mana you could play Mana Bloom and draw a card. See, Andrew lays down a Forest. It's one of my favorite full art forests. I love that one. And then Abrupt Gaze the Mana Bloom, because when Mana Bloom has no counters on it, at the beginning of your upkeep, it will return to your hand. So it's a card that you can keep playing and triggering Constellation over and over again. Right, Temple of Plenty, Scryland comes in. Josh gives it a look and looks like he leaves it on top.
The real question is, can I play it and pass? Got a lot of ramp out. That's what
Alright, so Josh casts Nick Fleece Ram, 0/5, that gains you life on your upkeep. Also triggers the Constellation from the Eidolon, which allows him to draw a card. Then it looks like Eidolon gets in for 2.
I wish I had her out because that would be a 6-3 first strike throw. Now it's just a 6-3. Still strong. Yeah. Convinced. What are you going to do? Desecration.
Alright, 4 mana tapped for Desecration Demon. During Josh's upkeep, he gains a life from the Nick Fleece Ram.
Pretty sure that doesn't actually work.
Josh lays down a Plains.
gets two more pluses. She gets one more plus.
Looks like he's going to tap 5 for the Archangel Thune. Flying life link 3/4. And whenever you gain life, you put a +1 counter on each of your creatures.
Okay. Yep.
And so he goes with a demon blocking his way, passes turn.
To me or to him?
Alright, so Andrew heroes down, falls the Angel. That Angel sticks around for very long. It can get quite out of control, especially since Josh would be gaining life every time on his upkeep, making his creature stronger and stronger. And the Desecration swings in for 6, bringing Josh down to 15, and then up 1 for the Ram.
Mining League. Shock and then you got it.
6 mana for Elspeth. And looks like he went ahead and minus Elspeth to get rid of the demon. Swings in for 2 with the Eidolon of Blossoms. Andrew's down to 11. And looks like he drew a card with Underworld Connections. Looks like I might have missed that on the life totals there. Shocks in Godless Shrine. And taps out for Blood Baron. 4/4 life link with protection from white and black. Josh gains life on his upkeep.
How many Excels are you running? 4. Oh boy.
Or Spike Gesture. Spike Gesture. Or Guilty. 2 Carnage Gladiators.
Against a deck like mine, where I don't have a ton of removal space, a good card to bring in would be Earth, Lost, Madcap Skills.
Yeah.
Alright, so it looks like Josh taps 3 for the Courser Crufix. It is a enchantment, so Constellation triggers, he gets to draw a card off of Eidolon of Blossoms. This top card was revealed. Unfortunately, with the glare from the lights, can't quite see what his top card is.
Here.
Go ahead.
Here. Here for 6. Yep. A lot of life.
And Josh casts the Sylvan Caryatid.
Discard this one. I don't think
And plays the Temple of Plenty, Scryland, gains life.
Honestly, widespread damage can mess out, but that's 7.
Just going back and forth. Go ahead.
And finally pluses up Elspeth, gets 3 soldiers. Alright, and Josh passes back to Andrew. Lays down a forest. Looks like he's drawing a card off of Underworld Connections, losing a life.
We got 2 more cards.
Cast Abrupt Decay on the Courser Krufix.
Probably I should have traded that first round rather than double 4.
Swings in with the Blood Baron. And Josh blocks it with a Sylvan Caryatid. Andrew gains 4 life.
Go ahead.
Carson.
We have a Banishing Light on the Eidolon of Blossoms. And then Andrew passes turn. So it looks like Josh drew an Elvish Mystic. Probably another chump blocker for Blood Baron since his soldiers can't block it. Johnny's Presence. Whenever an enchantment enters battlefield, you get to put a 2/2 cat. If it's an aura, you can attach it to the cat. And 3 more soldiers join the battlefield. 3 of them swing in, bringing Andrew back down to 9.
That's what I got. Did you add 4 for...
What's that?
Did you add the 4 from life?
You were at 7. You went up to 11.
Yeah.
Did you hit me with something? Let's see.
You're down to 7. And went up with the lights down to 11.
What hit me to get me down to 7?
There was an Underworld for 1.
Oh, for 1. Okay, I probably missed that. Okay.
Alright, looks like after thinking a while, Josh has passed his turn back to Andrew. He has 2 mana open. I'm not quite sure what's in his hand. Andrew draws a card from Underworld Connections. Plays a Temple of Malady. Green and black Scryland. Shifts it to the bottom.
This one here was
Yes. Definitely make sure you untap your creatures.
and I pitched like 2 triggers, maybe 4 other 6-cost opponents.
Second.
Yeah, but I mean, at some point.
So it looks like Blood Baron is swinging in at Elspeth.
I'll let you just... Yeah. Add Elspeth.
I blocked, so I missed it.
Okay.
So
Josh blocks with a Elvish Mystic.
And I never saw the other.
Andrew gains 4 life from this life-linking Blood Baron.
And we'll pass the turn.
But I'm pretty sure that I actually made the right matches.
And passes turn.
Very much game.
Alright, Josh untaps and draws.
I had that glut there. But
He drew another Courser. Another Courser Krufix joins the battlefield. Johnny's Presence triggers. He gets a 2/2 cat.
well, yeah. I could have dropped. Like I had several planets that I pitched in order to do this, and I could have probably dropped 2 of them without. I might have actually been worth as much as this, but this helped me.
Top card of his library revealed.
This.
Looks like it's a Temple of Plenty. So he gains a life
So,
from Courser.
16 card.
7.
Gets a Scry.
Yeah, that one. 80%.
So you can get me in there.
At which point?
I'll scoop.
Yeah. Yeah.
if I draw-
So I have the cards up really.
Yeah, that. Oh, that was freaking shitty, man.
Looks like Josh is minusing Elspeth to get rid of the Blood Baron there.
Good game.
Activates Mutavault, 2/2 creature, swings in for 8, 9, 10, 11.
What's last turn?
Johnny's chosen.
The Advent of the Worm.
Andrew flashes in Advent of the Worm,
70.
blocks Johnny's chosen,
3.
and takes 8.
Good.
Yeah, again, I started off opening 6, which was the lack of courage. Decided to go down that path at that time. But the other 5.
I think if Josh had waited till after combat to do his Elspeth, then he could have gotten that Advent of the Worm too. Alright, Andrew casts Obsidat, and gaining 2 life. And with only 2 blockers, Josh would have had enough to kill him, so they will go ahead and scoop up their cards and move on to game 2. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of triggers in these 2 decks, so I apologize if any of the life or triggers were missed.
Hi, Mom.
So Andrew here will be on the play, lays down his Golgari Guildgate. Alright, so Josh shocks in his Temple Garden and brings in the Elvish Mystic. Temple of Plenty for Andrew. Leaves his card on top. Then shifts it to the bottom. And ready to deal with another Thoughtseize. Alright. So 2 life from Andrew. Gets to see Josh's hand. Mana Bloom, Corsair Crucifix, and Alpha Authority, an enchantment that gives hexproof to a creature. And I think it also does something else with not being able to be blocked by more than 1 creature. Something along those lines.
No, because you pull blockers.
Alright, Josh drops down a Temple of Plenty.
Yeah, well,
Gives the top card a Scry, shifts it down to the bottom.
might be one of the most of that stuff is.
And then he casts his Mana Bloom with X equaling 1. Alright, so Andrew taps 3 and brings out his own Corsair Crucifix. Reveals the top card, it's Advent of the Worm. Another Temple of Plenty. And Josh decides to leave that on top.
Yeah, so you're not alone. There you go. Sitting at home.
He's not alone. Doesn't mean he's not crazy.
Man, as long as I fit right into the asylum. Woo! Oh, yeah.
And he passes turn.
You've seen the asylum. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'll pay one for twice.
Courser swinging in for 2.
That's what I used to say. I used to say I worked at the circus and
Andrew shocks in the Temple Garden and passes turn. And hey, what do you know? He's got perfect mana open for Advent of the Worm.
You got something to trade, right? Presumably.
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything that you want, but I have things. Yeah.
That's oddly suggestive.
A lot of older stuff.
Once again, oddly suggestive.
Alright, Josh lays down Mutavault.
Yeah. And before you ask, there is a place that a person has.
Taps 5 for, and he's used the Mana Bloom. 6 for Elspeth.
Yeah, mine are, I think, 730.
I would love for them to read.
Pluses up Elspeth.
I have lost count of how many times they
Passes turn. And end of turn, Andrew flashes in, or casts the Advent of the Worm. 5/5, Trampling Worm. Elspeth on top.
Sorry, yeah, I'll let it fish.
Andrew swings both his creatures at Elspeth.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Looks like Josh is assigning 1 to block the Courser,
I would run this
and 2 of the soldiers block Advent. So Elspeth is going to take 3 damage, bringing her down to 2. Loyalty.
I don't.
Or you can just run a clone.
Probably not.
That's fun.
Mana Bloom returns to Josh's hand at the beginning of his upkeep. No counters on it.
And I don't know how much yeah.
I'll take 12.
I don't have one.
Well,
If only I had 12. I'm pretty sure that hurts.
Andrew has 4 mana open again. He may have another Advent.
Yeah.
nothing tickles my fancy right now.
Yeah, thank you. Do you have any translucences?
Josh pluses up Elspeth. 3 soldiers.
I want to say yes, because I used to have. After Birds of Paradise, that was the card that I had the most of. So I might.
Josh shocks in Temple Garden.
I might be able to find something. I'm willing to trade for that. Because I have my.
That's a bird.
And passes turn.
That's not a bird.
Yep, definitely another Advent of the Worm
There's 1,
coming in.
2. There's 3. There's 3. Can we do it? Can we get them all the way?
I think I want to hold on to the
Okay.
3. A lot of this stuff is
Hey, Josh. You want this? Or should I finish the
Alright, so Andrew shocks it in, but gains a life, so he only loses 1 with Courser out. Abrupt Decay on top.
Funnily enough, although the smallest.
So it looks like he has everybody heading towards Elspeth. Does not want that Elspeth hanging around.
Clearly, you're what they call a hustler. And I bet you play.
Yeah, 2 5/5 tramplers.
Players to wander in.
Looks like it's not too good for Elspeth.
And you only play for Andy. Okay. Are you scared? Scared of or scaring?
Looks like Josh is responding with flashing in a Boon Satyr.
God, you know, my parents have been years to love me.
How about the other question? Are you scared of them?
Very much though.
So Boon Satyr is a 4/2, so that combined with one of the soldiers could take out the Advent.
I don't know. Is there anything else you're looking for?
Oh, he actually had 2 Boon Satyrs.
You know?
Alright, so 2 Boon Satyrs flashed in. They only have 2 toughness, so Unfortunately, it looks like we still have enough damage going through, depending on how Josh blocks. Alright, so a soldier with each a boon. So 2 damage from each of the worms tramples over to Elspeth. So Elspeth will die, the worms will die, boon satyrs and soldiers will all die, leaving only the courser and elvish mystic.
I guess more dictates.
Well, that definitely cleared things out. Oh, yeah. Makes way for Andrew's own Elspeth.
See anything here? Thank you. Okay.
They wouldn't be on.
That's you.
Oh, there's that Raptors. Yeah, it was on that. You can have it. I'll just put it in here.
Once again, wouldn't be on me. If I see again in the future, I got a box of uncommon back at home.
Yeah?
But
got some
I
other
just
stuff.
brought rares with me today.
Fortunately, those are what I would. I need 3 of those.
So Josh is down on board presence now. So he's going to have to do something to make up his board presence. Cast Mana Bloom for 1.
They're like the same thing, it's crazy.
Still has 4 mana to work with.
So I'll try not to eat out of house and home. Yeah. Just cards.
Oh, okay.
Probably get more cards.
Yeah.
Actually, no, Burns
That's
is
what
on.
I'm going to.
Well, we know he has the Alpha authority in his hand.
I like the way we might work. Just.
I don't know what the card value of
He's probably trying to save those until he has some Constellation's triggers to deal with.
Sure.
Oh, he actually puts Alpha Authority on his Mutavault. So it can't be blocked by more than 1 creature.
Yeah.
So 1 soldier blocks it.
Does that stay on?
Unfortunately, it's no longer a creature at the end of the turn, so the aura will pop off.
After stuff rotates or
Not sure if Josh took that into consideration or not. Alright, so Andrew lays down the Godless Shrine, gains life from Courser, brings in Erebos, swings in for 3, plays a Thoughtseize. Josh only had 1 card, so he discards it. Unfortunately, with the glare, I can't see what it was.
Yeah, I put in a lot of my yard cards and maybe pretty good.
Alright, so Josh drew his Archangel Thune.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just still have. Yeah, that's
Can get it to stick. You can start hitting Elspeth at least. Unfortunately, with Erebos out there, he won't be gaining any life. Meaning her main trigger is not going to be relevant.
So her lifelink is trigger.
The other day I was like, ooh, you
No trigger.
347.
See? EDH. It's all in there too.
So
And can you remember me what's Erebos? Erebos.
Pretty sure the last time I tried was like 5. But,
go to 7 over.
6
Andrew pluses up Elspeth.
Up to
It's 3 more soldiers.
Yeah. October, so what's $1? What can we throw next time?
well, this is
And then he swings in with his team.
Yeah, I know.
5 soldiers and a Courser. Josh just uses the mana for to animate Mutavault.
Really? I mean, come on.
He'll use the Angel and Meatball to block 2 of the soldiers, taking 5. And Josh lays down the Blood Baron.
Let's choose anything.
Nice ride, 6 against Elspeth. You played a land.
Yeah.
Yep, at that board state, it's not be pretty hard for Josh to win. So we're moving on to game 3. Missed a little bit at the very beginning of this, but Andrew has a Temple of Plenty. Josh has a Forest and a Temple of Plenty. The Elvish Mystic out. And looks like he swung with the Mystic also. So Josh lays down another Forest. Taps his Mystic and his other land. 4 mana for Eidolon of Blossoms. Constellation trigger, draws a card, passes turn. Andrew's up.
I got
Shocks in a Overgrown Tomb. 3 mana for Courser Crufix. Reveals top card of his library. It's a Temple of Malady. I already had a land drop this turn, so he can't play it. Josh lays down Plains. Taps 5 for Archangel of Thune. And then passes turn. Josh draws his Temple. It's got a Overgrown Tomb on top, which he shocks in, dealing only 1 damage with the Courser out. Oh, it looks like maybe he decides not to shock it in. Alright, so he casts Banishing Light on Archangel. Swings in for 2 with Courser. Unfortunately, Josh's Eidolon of Blossoms is only a 2/2, so if he wants to keep that out, he cannot block.
Like, my dad had borrowed like 10 bucks from me for pizza or something. And
Alright, Temple Garden comes in.
so it was an entire collection. It was a big like 5-row box, 4 rows full. And
Tapped.
definitely
Definitely tapped.
I said, sure.
And we got 4 more mana for another Eidolon of Blossoms, so 2 Constellation triggers. He gets to draw 2 cards.
I've had boxes, sold them. Door boxes, sold them.
That'll definitely help Josh refill his hand. And Mystic taps to bring out his friend, the other Mystic. And then Josh swings in for 2 with the Eidolon of Blossoms. Alright, so we've got a Brain Maggot on top of Andrew's library. Plays the Godless Shrine, gains life from Courser. Has 4 mana to work with. Taps 2 for the brain got Brain Maggot in his hand. So Josh has 2 lands, Elspeth, and a Heliod. So wow. Banishing Light has 1 angel, Brain Maggot has another angel. And then Josh swings in with, Andrew swings in with the Courser. Then we got a Golgari Charm. Destroys an enchantment. Throne turns.
Sounds weird.
For real.
Alright, looks like Josh is tapping 4 for Heliod. He is an enchantment also, so he gets to draw a card off of Eidolon. Looks like Josh is tapping 3 mana, 4 mana. 3 mana
Flash on Wednesday.
for Boonsader.
Really may have flash. Sure.
Another Constellation trigger for enchantments. Josh draws a card.
He's back. Was that on this?
Alright, Josh is swinging in for 3.
Go ahead.
Just out of curiosity, Josh, how often is Heliod active?
Alright, so we got a Golgari Charm on top. Andrew just drew another Brain Maggot.
I want it so I can.
So Josh has drawn several cards, so you
Oh,
can see what he gets, what he has. Alright, so another Brain Maggot.
Archangel or Blair Harris?
Hey, the 3rd Archangel. Alright. And Courser is swinging in for 2.
It was higher than people thought.
Alright, so Josh trades his Boonsader for the Courser. Andrew's top card flips back over. Josh untaps. Draws. Hey, there's another Boonsader. Got 2 mana for Glare of Heresy on Banishing Light, so he gets his Archangel back.
Oh, that's what you're going to work on?
Pass.
All right. Later blue. Fantastic. Okay, I have high tolerance.
Oh, wait, what?
Alright, so Andrew flashes in Advent of the Worm at the end of Josh's turn.
Temple Mountain.
Lays down Temple of Malady. Gets a Scry. Shifts it onto the bottom. Swings in with the Advent.
Flash on Wednesday. Trigger.
Flashes in Boonsader. Idle on Constellation trigger. Draws a card. Looks like him and a Mystic will block the worm. And looks like Andrew is responding with the Golgari Charm. Looks like he is using it to regenerate his worm.
Full surprises.
I got screwed out of a medical mission trip, for lack of a better word. It's not really at all. That I paid $21.54, and I'm only getting like a third of it reimbursed. Unless we're going with 1 year ticket voucher. That's never going to CR right now.
I can't remember if cards that actually.
So it looks like we have a Banishing Light on the Brain Maggot.
And it was very, very few. So, very few. Like, easily said dating twice that.
Or what?
It's like kind of the perfect action.
Maybe that's not what it was.
The cards that are actually do.
I wasn't able to get a seasonal job,
Anyways, you got this Archangel back and recast it.
and I also didn't send it.
So now this is going to get crazy with 2 Archangel triggers. They all have Vigilance with Heliod. So Josh swings in with 1 Archangel. Lifelinks. 2 Archangel triggers, so everything's going to get 2 counters on it.
We don't have to.
Faster breaks.
And Andrew flashes in another advent.
Well, then it's just going to take longer.
I mean, that's what we're getting to here.
Yeah, you mean.
Not counting out. Same result.
Need 4.
Andrew doesn't swing. Passes turn. And Josh is going to play a Courser Crufix, revealing the top card of his library. Plays land, gains a life, 2 Archangel triggers.
I'll do it.
All of his creatures are now getting ridiculous.
Honestly, it's good. It's never that's it. Good game.
And Andrew says, "Yep, you got me." Yeah, when you got an Elvish Mystic that's the same size as your Advent of the Worm, it's time to extend the hand. Alright, so Josh Nelson won in 3 games with his green-white Constellation life gain deck. A very interesting match. Hope you guys liked it, and we'll see you next time. Once again, this is Josh Fozzard and Grapple Games TV.